Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie. Here. Director Rundy.
Here.
Director Hayes.
Here.
Director Roth.
Here.
Director Moore.
Here.
Director Gray is excused, and President Bradley.
Here. We have a quorum. I'll call the meeting to order.
From Communications, recommendation that findings of fact and conclusion of law regarding concerning the matter of me time massage and body work care of Bobby J. Wright Jr. to operate a massage establishment at 1722 Olive, number 212, be approved. From the President, plans and specifications for letting number 8601, installation of new 25 MGD raw water and 15 MGD finished water pumping units at the Chain of Rocks Water Treatment Plant State Revolving Fund project. Recommendation that preliminary approval be given as follows for letting number 8594 Municipal River Terminal South Dock Warehouse Improvement project number R 2010-35-233. Preliminary approval for letting number 8596 concrete and brick removal replacement and complete sidewalk installation project number SP 98. Preliminary approval for letting number 8597 concrete and brick removal replacement and complete sidewalk installation project number SP 99. Addendum 1 for letting number 8599 airfield maintenance de-icer tanks at Lambert St. Louis International Airport. Recommendation that permit for Environmental Operations Inc. to amend permit to access 4 O'Fallon and 8 O'Fallon to perform Phase 2 investigations in connection with the new stadium development. This license shall be valid for a period of August 1st, 2015 through January 10th, 2016, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Recommends approval. Recommendation that the Board declares as emergency action the following: Work for America Center Security Operations Center, SOC, and Security Improvements Package 2. Recommendation that the Board declares as emergency action work for 2016 fourth floor renovations for environment safety offices at Lambert St. Louis International Airport. From the President, Director of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions. Metropolitan St. Louis Sewer District requesting to replace several combined sewers bordered by Ivory, Virginia, and Poping Avenue to secure sewer service to nearby customers and to secure street storm drainage. Recommends approval subject to certain conditions. Washington University Medical Center, BJC Healthcare, dedication plat for roadway project at Clayton Avenue from Taylor Avenue to Boyle, Newstead Avenue from Clayton Avenue to Forest Park Avenue. Recommends approval subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that the Board declares as emergency action professional engineering services required to inspect and report findings regarding the structural integrity of Stacy Park Reservoir roof structure and seismic dampening system due to damage sustained. Recommends approval. From the Director of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. AT&T Missouri at AT&T manhole front of 232 Kings Highway to bore copper eastbound along Maryland, then south towards garage of Chase Park Plaza Apartments. AT&T Missouri, an existing easement off alleyway at 3137 South Jefferson, cut and restore 10 feet of pavement to place trails from new concrete pad to handholds. Bore 673 feet from this handhold to handhold at 3200 South Jefferson. Bore 276 feet from between handholds. AT&T Missouri from handhold to rise pole at parking lot of 3137 Jefferson, from handhold board to new 17 by 30 by 24 inch, placed in front of 3200 South Jefferson from handhold F 3200 South Jefferson board to place a new 2 by 3 by 2 feet handhold in the alley at 2222 Wyoming, 3101 Texas, and 3112 Texas. AT&T Missouri from handhold board to place 2 fiber cables to riser pole at 5228 Finkman, from handhold board to place 2 fiber cables to riser pole at 5230 Lissette. All remaining fiber cable is being laced aerial. AT&T Missouri to access handhold at 222 East Marseille and board 30 feet east, 650 feet south, 260 feet east, and then 50 feet south to provide service to customer at 416 East Catalan. Fiber and copper will be placed. Charter Communications start behind 3930 Laclede and traveling northeast to the north side of alley, still behind 3930 Laclede, where Charter will retrieve existing customer conduit for 3900 Laclede Avenue, Capstone Development. Charter will place a .625 coax cable. Charter Communications to install underground coax cable to a customer at 8025 Minnesota will cut a 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet wide pothole at the base of pole in the rear of 8102 Minnesota. Will bore northbound down alley to Poping, then will turn west and bore along Poping. Southwest Bell Telephone Company doing business as AT&T Missouri. Start at existing AT&T manhole located in front of 634 North Grand. From this manhole, we'll bore north down North Grand, staying 2 feet off the east curb line. At the vacated alley, we'll turn and bore east down the vacated alley to existing pole. Union Electric Company doing business as Ameren, Missouri, to set poles and anchor on the west side of Taylor, south of Children's Place. Recommends approval subject to certain conditions. Union Electric Company doing business as Ameren, Missouri, to construct new multiple conduit duct banks and a manhole on 15th Street, Washington to St. Charles, and St. Charles, 14th to 15th. Recommends approval subject to certain conditions. Union Electric Company doing business as Ameren, Missouri, to install conduit and cable on the north and south side of Spruce between 11th Street and 13th. Recommends approval subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Public Utilities and Public Safety, joint recommendation that permit for Rothschilds Allen LLC to re-subdivide land in 7620 through 26 Michigan and 7627 Minnesota and City Block 3097. Recommends approval subject to certain conditions. Recommendation that permit for WJL companies to subdivide land at 3324 through 3326 and 3328 Missouri and City Block 1527 be denied by reason of Board Order Number 720. From the Director of Streets, recommendation that permit for Delfino's Pizza, Bricks, and Barley Inc. to encroach with Sidewalk Cafe, 3 tables and 9 chairs with no liquor at 1131 Washington be approved subject to certain conditions. Now we have the conditional uses.
Good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Mosier, zoning plan examiner for the City of St. Louis, representing the building commissioner. Per Board Order 766, transmitted herewith are recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. Approval is recommended for 2 applications, 5462 Itasca and 4239 Shenandoah. Approval with conditions is recommended for 3 applications, 8035 North Broadway, 2609 Cherokee, and 4900 Nottingham. I request that these recommendations be approved as submitted.
Any questions on the conditional uses? Seeing none, I'll take a motion, please.
Move to approve as recommended.
Second.
Moved and seconded for approval. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Rundy.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Roth.
Aye.
Director Moore.
Aye.
Director Gray is excused, and President Bradley.
Aye. Approved. I'd like to consider the meeting minutes from our last meeting, December 22nd, 2015. Are there any additions, corrections, or changes to the minutes as presented? Seeing none, I'll take a motion.
Move to approve the minutes.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded for approval of the minutes. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Rundy.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Roth.
Aye.
Director Moore.
Aye.
Director Gray is excused, and President Bradley.
Aye. Approved. Today's agenda. Are there any questions or comments on the agenda?
Yes, under the tabled item, it should be the, what was it, the Walter Rodriguez hearing? Be
Okay.
added.
All right. Are there any other comments or questions about the agenda? Seeing none, I'll take a motion.
I move to approve the agenda as amended or corrected.
Second.
Previous roll.
Moved and seconded, and there's been a call for the use of previous rule. Is there any objection to the use of previous rule? Seeing none, the agenda is approved. Motion for adjournment, please.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.